Welcome in, Slumpbusters. I'm your host, Juju Talk Sports, and it's time for another YouTube quick hitter. As you can see, I'm rocking the red and gold to celebrate my San Francisco 49ers making it to the playoffs. But I'm not here to talk about the NFC. That's for my co-host, Kyle Ledbetter, who did a phenomenal video. Go ahead and check it out. And right here, somewhere above me, you'll see the video there. But for now, I'm going to be talking about the AFC playoff picture, and what a wild AFC playoff picture we got. Certainly not one I projected at the start of the season. First, let's talk about that Sunday night football game. Raiders, Chargers, questions. Was it going to end in a tie? Was it not going to end in a tie? Where were analytics going to take us? First things first, I got to say, the Chargers, that loss solely on head coach Brandon Staley there. I can appreciate being aggressive. I can appreciate going for it, but going for a fourth down in your own territory when on your own 20, that's just ridiculous there. I think that's inexcusable. I think the loss is solely on the head of Brandon Staley there. Chargers, you are eliminated. Enjoy Cabo, I guess, or Cancun, or wherever you're going, because you're not going to the playoffs. Congratulations to the Raiders. The Raiders, they said it on the broadcast, first team to make the playoffs after a midseason coaching change since the 1960s. Derrick Carr, his first ever playoff appearance. The Raiders, they made it to the playoffs in 2016, but as you recall, Derrick Carr experienced a leg injury just prior to the playoffs, just prior to their first round game against the Houston Texans. So Derrick Carr, big accomplishment there. And thanks to the leg of Daniel Carlson, one more day in the sun for Ben Roethlisberger. Yes, the future Hall of Famer will have one more game, one more playoff game. And for Mike Tomlin, another season of success, another season without a losing record, and another playoff appearance. So Coach Tomlin definitely deserves his love, definitely deserves his flowers, as the kids say. And I think he's got to send a big thank you card to the Jacksonville Jaguars, because the Jacksonville Jaguars eliminated a surefire playoff team earlier, just as of a few weeks ago, the Indianapolis Colts. Colts, what are you doing? Carson Wentz, what are you doing? Last four games, we went back and forth on this on the podcast here. You had wins against the Patriots. You had wins against the Cardinals. That was the easy part of their last four game stretch. Then you lose to the Raiders. Then you lose to the Jaguars. Fool as me for thinking that you could beat the Jacksonville Jaguars when you haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. I just assumed, you have a good team. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a team that will be drafting number one in this next year's draft. How could you let that happen? Frank Wright, Chris Ballard, Carson Wentz, heads will roll this year. I don't know exactly what the Colts will do to get better in the offseason, but collapsing down the stretch like that is honestly inexcusable. It's kind of like, again, the Chargers here. Come on, you're losing the Houston Texans. The number one seed, of course, is going to be the Tennessee Titans. They get a week of rest. And I know not exactly pleased is my co-host Kyle Ledbetter on this one to see the Tennessee Titans as the number one seed, but give them their credit, folks. They beat the Buffalo Bills. They beat the Chiefs earlier in the season. They beat the Colts twice. They have the best record. They get traditional tiebreakers, head-to-head tiebreakers, or even the random new NFL tiebreaker rules. They have all the credentials worthy of a number one seed. And this was needed for them because Derrick Henry, the big guy, is coming off IR. Another week of rest for whoever they have to face in the second round. Just get ready to get bowled over by that giant of a man that is Derrick Henry. Let's talk about the matchups here. So we get a trilogy here in the 2021 season as we get to see the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots go at it for a third time. The first one, 50-mile-per-hour winds. Josh Allen, balls flying everywhere. Mac Jones, 3 total passes. That was the big headline coming out of that. First time a team had won since like the 70s with their quarterback only completing or throwing 3 passes. Sack game, huge X factor, again, being Josh Allen. Josh Allen on any given Sunday could be the best player in the field, but when he doesn't show up, that hurts the Buffalo Bills. Unfortunately, the Bills are just one-sided offensively. When it comes to their running game, it's almost non-existent at points with Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, Matt Breida, whoever they throw out there. Great defense, offensive line is awesome, but I think in a third matchup, generally, I lean with the best coach, the better coach. And Sean McDermott, the Bill Belichick, there is no comparison. I think I'm leaning Patriots, but I guess you got to find out on this next Slumpbuster podcast. So tune into that one, folks. The most exciting game to me is hands down Cincinnati Bengals versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Shame we won't get to see this one in Las Vegas. Obviously, the Raiders are a wildcard team. We'll be traveling to Cincinnati. I think the big X factor here is Derek Carr is not a great cold weather quarterback. Going to Cincinnati in January, it's going to be a little bit chilly out. So we'll see how Carr can handle it in his first playoff appearance. I think the Raiders definitely peaked at the right time. I don't know if they'll be able to carry over the magic of this victory into the next week in Cincy. Cincy though, Joe Burrow, easy. NFL Comeback Player of the Year, definitely a needle mover for this Bengals team. Gained some MVP praise. He won't quite get that. I think that's Aaron Rodgers in a runaway, but obviously Comeback Player of the Year, Jamar Chase. I was wrong. I said the Bengals should draft Penei Sewell. I was dead wrong on that one because Jamar Chase, listen to Joe Burrow, folks. He knew what he was talking about. This guy is phenomenal. Set a Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver receiving yards record. And yes, you could say we had an extra game. Doesn't matter. Year to year, this guy's a grade A stud, a blue chipper. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, going to be a fun combination for years to come. And lastly, my least exciting game of the day has to be the Steelers versus the Chiefs. And yes, I would love to throw more praise on Ben Roethlisberger and Tomlin here, but we saw this matchup a couple weeks ago. The Chiefs, they ran away with that one. The Chiefs, they're just good. They're a better team. Good story for the Pittsburgh Steelers to be able to make the playoffs. They just won't be able to last much in the playoffs given their first round opponent. Would be a lot of fun. Would be a great story though if they were able to get this upset, but I'm not going to put any money on that one. So probably my least exciting matchup right there. And hey, guys, if you want to see my Super Bowl picks, if you want to see who's advancing in the AFC, again, you gotta hit that subscribe button. You gotta check out more videos on the channel, our game previews, our full podcasts, our quick hitters. We've got a lot of content that we're pumping out. Leave a like on this video, helps this get out to more people. And of course, comment below. I want to know your guys' AFC picks. I want to see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl in your mind. I guess it's actually appropriate I'm wearing the red because AFC, let's rock it. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Juju Talk Sports here saying stay safe, happy, and healthy because I will see you on the next one.